Okay, I'm back at home and the wind is blowing. This is Lou. I did walk around out there at the ranch. I don't know the whole name of it, but it is a ranch and it's really pretty cool. So if you watched that other video I told you about it, I took you on a little walk, but I didn't show you everything because I really should have took you into Kelsey's house. That house has 10 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. But see, it is for foster children. And so, yeah, the wind is blowing pretty good. I don't know. But I'm going to walk just a little bit anyway. I haven't done my normal thing. So today is June 1st. And there was a graduation celebration at Kelsey's house, Aunt Kathy's daughter, Kelsey. So Kelsey would be my first cousin, I would believe, because Kathy is my dad's sister. They just live over in Pasco. We should try to see each other more often. But that was fun. Dad didn't feel like going. But they put on a spread, lots of good food to eat, and just, you know, a lot of happiness. Family is happy. Happiness shall prevail. I do believe it has to do with the gospel. The gospel of Jesus Christ is love, you know. And when you grow up in it, you have a certain way about yourself. You know what I mean? Because you've been trained all your life. Especially when you're a baby. And that's what I was. My mom and dad. My mom and my dad, okay. Let's see, I think mother was 16 and dad was 17 when they got married. I think that's what it was. And a year later, I came along. So I'm the firstborn child, but of a very young couple who had, I think mother joined the church before they got married, but I really don't remember. I will have to ask Dad. You know, those important things. Mother took care of all that stuff, the record keeping, the genealogy, the pedigree charts, temple work. I did some temple work. Ow, but that was a long time ago. But I have been through the temple. And when I was young, I was baptized for 56 people by proxy. But I went down in the water 56 times for different people. They do that a lot. People in spirit prison, I have a feeling that's what that was. They're up there. They know what's going on. For me, it seems like they shouldn't have to really be taught, because if you get your memory back, you should really know what's going on. And that's how I'm figuring it, is we get our memory back. We now know who we were in both lives. You know, the spirit world. Before we came here, we were born, we grew up. We were spirit children. And I started to say that in one of my videos. You know, if you put your thinking cap on and you're reading, and it's things back then, but it's still relevant because it's still true. Okay? No. Why did I say that? There's a lot of truth in the scriptures, is what I was going to say, but see, like I've said before, if you leave out words when you're trying to condense things, you know, texting, man, just texting, so misunderstood. I mean, it's so many chances for being misunderstood, is what I'm trying to say. You have to really endeavor, and you shouldn't leave words out, because one word changes things. So you make a phrase, you say a little thing, the next thing you know, this other person's all riled up because they don't understand what you said. You know, they're taking it off in left field somewhere. They say, calm down. I have to be calmed down too. I do explode sometimes. I'm just an explosive type person, okay? I'm very passionate. Jovial. I don't think I can stick around long enough to be really horrible. But I can explode. So don't give me something to explode about unless it's something good. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So I think my voice is going up and down. I was going to say I think I should put a pain pill in my regimen for every day, and then I won't have to worry about trying to remember it, because I'll know that I need it, but then I get distracted because I'm off doing something else, and I never get back there to take it. But walking is a lot easier when I've had a pain pill. I did have the doctor explain to me where the cancer is. I walked over to the machine, and she walked over to the machine that she could read the PET scan, what it said. And so then she started pointing out everywhere on my body. It's in my bones. Okay, I know I said this the other day, but I'm going to say it again. The cancer could be a lot worse, meaning it could be in my organs. It is only in my bones. Now, that's pretty severe, but I'm going to work on it real hard. I really should call that. I need to find out what place sells that stuff, but that's only if. See, they've got products. The naturopath had products that keeps the cancer slippery, makes it where it can't stick to anything. It was $100 a month, and I couldn't afford to do all that because there were a lot of other things I needed to have too. But that was a pretty important one. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't try to find out where to get that now. She's over in Vancouver, Washington area, right across the river from Portland. And I used to live over there. Vancouver used to be my stomping grounds, but that place, just like a lot of places, they've overgrown, you know, things change. There's so much growing going on. But anyway, what was the point of that? There's a lot going on. There's many trails for my head to go to. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Okay, that's in one of the Wedding Bell series movies. I think it's the second one. And he sings that to her. Because there's that Sanchez song where heaven's in the words too. When I held you again, how could we ever just be friends? I would rather die than let you go. Juliet to your Romeo. Sweet. Those words hit home. Real strong. Da-da. I haven't sang that song in days, maybe even a week or two, because I sang it so much. And then I haven't listened to it either. It's in my feed, or I mean, you know, on my YouTube channel. There's a feed on the YouTube channel. And that song will pop up. I mean, it shows every time. It goes by pretty good. When I found you. When I found her, when I found you. Da-da. La, da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. One day if I get that tune in my head good, I can just put all my own words in there. Just use the tune. I think I've already added some of my own words to it. Doo-doo. I want to see those lilies open. Da-da-da. Da-dee-da. Do-do-do-do. Pick up your feet, little girl. See, I'm not looking at the ground. I should look at the ground. I ran into something. Oh, a stove. In one of those last videos, I ran into a stove. I was videoing. I was taping, whatever you want to call it. And I was looking up, walking around the kitchen, and someone had left the door open, the oven door, ran right into my knees. It's like, whoa, I almost fell down. So it could have been worse, because I made it without falling down, but I was like trying to fall, so it still jarred me up. Need to be careful how you're walking. So I guess I must be strong. And that's one of the things I was going to tell you guys. Okay, that's what it was. It was about strong. Okay? I was thinking, because I keep feeling my back, it feels like it snaps. You know, I can feel it snapping. Not just hear it. And since I know there's cancer in there, because I've got one vertebrae that's pretty full of it, I guess. And then others are not. There's not much there. So the only, I'm skipping around. She was saying the only reason that I would use radiation is to alleviate pain. So if it gets to where it's really painful, I can have radiation in that vertebrae. But I'm not wanting to do that, okay? We'll just see what happens. But I am going to flood myself with my medicine. And I think I need to get a little tool. I need to find a little tool that I can dip into my oil so I can start smoking that. I mean, because smoking gets it into your lungs, the vapor still goes through everywhere. So as long as the medicine is there. So a person might decide they need to smoke a little more. Now, I'm not really a fan of smoking anymore, but there is something to be said for you get it everywhere. It's in your bloodstream, and that's what we want. This is real, people. Those of you who say, oh, you know, you're wrong. You don't need to argue about it. You just need to investigate it. Look into it. Look up Rick Simpson. Just even his name, just Rick Simpson. But Rick Simpson oil, he will show you how to make it. And for at least those states that it's legal. You know, it's crazy that they have control of us. It really is. It's not right. Look at the masses. Look at how many there are of us. And look at what we do for this country. Let our children go off to war. Come back maimed. And not just maimed. Their head has been messed with. Brainwashed. You don't know what they do to your children. I don't necessarily know either, but I've heard from people who've been through it. It's ridiculous. Makes me very angry. Okay, so anyway, I need to get off of that subject. It's going to be dark before long, but I need to walk as much as I can. Ouch. So anyway, she was showing me where my cancer is. So it's in my lower back in one of the vertebrae. I think maybe right above my waist, not below. And then down in both sides of my hip. Because she was saying it was in the right side of my hip. And I'm going, well, the pain is in the left. And she says, well, you got it on both sides. So I picture my skeleton. Now this is a weird graphic, okay? Because there's the other thing is I'm picturing this, because things paint pictures in your head. So picture a skeleton. And then it's got this gobbledygook or this like mold or some nastiness, some I guess it's an infection, but on the small level, you know. But picture that skeleton with all this stuff hanging off of it. And then being me and whoever else has the same situation. But what am I trying to say? It's not funny at all, guys. But okay, fungus. Baking soda will kill fungus. Now, I'm just going to give you this little thing that my naturopath told me, okay? She wasn't just a naturopath, guys. She was a doctor, and she was a certified oncologist and a naturopath, okay? I think that gives her credentials, gives her a little extra credit going on. And what is the point of all that? She told me to do something. Oh, baking soda. Okay. And I never have done that. I did it just a little bit. But she went to this, we'll call it a seminar, okay? There's a guy up on the stage, and he's talking to all these doctors. And she's one of them. And they're researching cancer and this and that, because that's what her was. She was a certified oncologist, so that's a cancer doctor. Anyway, I know I get distracted, so I forget what I'm saying. I just know I'm saying she's got credentials, and she was over there at a seminar, and this guy was talking about the targeted therapy, kind of like I was talking about with the sugar. They go in, like if they did low dose chemotherapy, I'm getting right off the trail. They go in when you starve yourself for carbs, then you go in, and then they give just a small amount of the chemo in this sugar water, okay? Whatever it's called, glucose water. So it's the chemo in sugar, and the cancer is ravenous for the sugar by this time, okay? Because it's starving for sugar. So you put that in a low dose of chemo in that. And so the idea is that it gets into your body and the cancer just eats it all up because they are starved for the sugar, okay? And so if it's a low dose and it's going all over your body, the cancer everywhere is grabbing it. So they're not leaving enough of the chemo left to kill the rest of your cells. Okay, I got it out. So that is low dose chemotherapy. All right, now in this audience, I don't know, it might have even been her question, but they were trying to figure, he did this targeted deal. Somehow he knew, so it had to be the sugar water, where the cancer was, okay? And then, I don't know how they did it, but he went in with baking soda water. Now, how did he do that? Because I'm thinking, why can't you go in there and wash me out with that stuff? So, my naturopath said that really she would have you take a half a teaspoon in the morning and a half a teaspoon at night. But she said you need to start at a quarter teaspoon in the morning and a quarter teaspoon at night because you can't tolerate it very well. I can't remember what it might cause, but it might be diarrhea. And it might be that, just like other things, you get used to it. So you start at a little amount and then it goes up. So anyway, the baking soda kills fungus. And in this study, which wasn't a big study because no one wanted to put money after baking soda. But it killed the cancer, basically melted it away. So you got all this crap draping off your skeleton. Take away your meat and all your vital organs and stuff, because my cancer is just only in my bones. But you know, only in my bones, when that's what holds me together. So what I'm going through right now, I'm doing really well. I'm tolerating it well, evidently. Okay, but I am, this stuff, the side effect of that stuff, this infusion that I'm doing, is it makes your bones soft. I'm doing it once a month. And then I don't know if they'll do a test or something after that to see how well it worked. You know, what they might have to do. Because it seemed like, I'm not sure, but it seemed like, you know, if you did well in a certain way, then maybe you could go once every 3 months instead of every month. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's testing the levels of your cancer. But yeah, just picture that cancer like that. What if it is a fungus? There's just something growing on your bones, something growing over here. And baking soda washed it away, melted it away. I guess I really should turn around and go back to the house now, because it is dark. Still, I'm getting to walk, so, and I am getting to walk. It's a good thing. We made sure, they both said it's a good thing that I'm walking. And then also, I've been worried that I wouldn't be able to indulge myself. In other words, I don't know if my back is strong enough, but my doctor said it is. So that made me feel good, because she said you'd have to, I don't know what she said exactly, but basically I would have to do something really, I don't know what I'm wanting to say, in order for it to hurt me. Hi. How you doing?
Fine.
Okay.
Remember you coming by and when I had my tulips blooming, and I told you when I was digging them up, you could have some. I'm digging them up.
Oh, really? Cool beans. I was just down there looking. I'm going, when are they going to bloom? Because I can see them almost ready. So cool beans.
Oh, yes, the lilies. Yeah, the lilies are about to bloom. But yeah, no, I have the bulbs of some daffodils and tulip bulbs that I've been digging out.
I would love to. I would love to.
So
when?
I have them out on the porch right now. If you want to.
Oh, you've already done it?
I've done some of them, not all of them, but there's some.
Okay, well, do you want me to wait until you get more out, or do you want me to just come get those? Or
I mean, I'm going to plant some of them myself too, but you can have some, so if you want, yeah, fine.
Do I need to get something? I should get a bag or something.
Oh, I can get a bag.
Okay, well, cool beans. Now you're going to put me to work. I'll just walk on down there.
Yeah,
I'm pretty strange walking up and down here talking to my phone. And oblivious to the world, you know.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen you in a while, so
yeah.
I really wonder where she is, because I'm digging the bulbs.
Well, I'm here. I'm just a baby. When it's windy and it's chilly at the same time, I say, okay, no, I'm not doing that. I go out and try it, but I just don't like to be uncomfortable.
Run across here.
Yeah. No one's coming. So this is the daffodils and the...
Daffodils and tulips, yeah. That's what I'm
Cool.
getting out right now. So I can put in, well, basically I'm planning to, build up this bed with some more dirt, and I need to get them all out so that I have...
So you're getting bulbs up, right?
Yeah, right.
That's pretty cool.
Here. I'm going to be digging more, but anyway, there's tons of them, so I have them over here drying out on the porch. You can plant them right now.
Okay.
So,
because I'm not real good at that.
I usually plant them about 6 to 8 inches apart and about 6 inches down. You can actually dig a hole and just
Put a whole bunch in there?
Cover the hole, right? So
I hope I will remember. So far, I'm getting it on tape, so
Oh,
I'll just go
okay.
back and listen again.
All right, so I'll just get you some that I think I'm probably going to do. And you just
Do you need a
basically-
flashlight?
I
I don't know if I could do it.
I
If I
can do
do
it
anything,
here.
it'll turn it off.
can
So.
do it here. That's Here we go.
See, it pays, man. It pays to tell somebody you want something. I just, I was wondering if you were gone because you had talked about leaving. When do you guys leave?
Yeah, not yet. I'm just like,
I was gonna say, I wonder if she needs me to water these. That's what I'm thinking in my head,
Yeah, yeah. So these are tulips. You can tell the tulips are very, oops, where's the light here? They're very smooth, low point at the top. And so yeah, the root goes down, and the point goes up. And then the daffodils.
Well, which one? The point goes up. Okay, I was gonna
The
say, how do
pointy
you
thing
tell?
goes up and the fuzzy thing goes down.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's a tulip.
and then you leave that thing on it.
No.
Just
get rid
okay,
of it.
just
Yeah.
so you got bulbs.
So-
So if you don't plant those right now, they can dry out, and next year you
Yeah,
can
you
plant
have
them.
to keep them in a dry place, so that they don't, molder away or something like that. So you can plant them in the fall. That's when you would plant them.
Where's the girl? It's too dark, but
Yeah.
there she is. Maybe you can be seen.
If you plant them
Patsy,
in
is
the
that what
fall,
it is?
Patsy, yeah.
Okay, see, it took me a minute to remember.
So yeah, if you plant them you plant them now, which gets them out of the way. And you don't have to worry about them; they'll come out in the spring.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
You can plant them in the fall as well, and they'll come up.
But
in the
then you'll
spring.
have to remember
But
to
then
do
you have
it.
to remember to do it.
Yeah, I think
right?
that's better to
so
do it
to me,
now.
it's just like I gotta get them back on the ground. So this is a nice one; it'll bloom. So I'll just give you some of the nice big ones.
Cool.
I'm sure I've got more somewhere. And so yeah.
I'd give you a flashlight, but it would turn off my movie.
Yeah, no, I can switch them, but I've dug them all in the dark, so I'm really kind of used to hanging on to them in the dark.
So do the other bulbs look a lot different?
A little bit different.
These are the tulips that you're doing,
Yes, here's a daffodil right here.
and I love tulips.
And the daffodils, they look a little more oniony. I'll leave them with their with
Okay.
their strings on, and that way you'll know.
Okay.
The tulips will have no leaves, and the daffodils will still have leaves, and then you can tell.
And so the fuzzy thing goes down,
Fuzzy thing goes down. Yep, that's the root.
and both of them is 6 inches down. Okay.
Yeah, about the same amount apart. Daffodils will come up first, and
Would you two do 2 or 3 in the
they'll bloom
same?
first. Yeah, I usually like to bunch them a little. They look nice a little together.
Yeah.
Than a bigger bunch than
Yeah.
I do just
I
out in a line.
Yeah, I saw some things spread out, like those irises. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they need some company.
Yeah.
They were beautiful though.
Yeah, I was like, I need to put them together.
Yeah, was there
anyway.
only 3 of them?
Let's see, I only had, okay, so I've got 5 in here right now. Let me just hunt some more down here.
All right, I'll quit
And
talking.
I'll put the daffodils in after I get the tulips in.
Okay.
This is a tulip. And so, it doesn't matter if they lose their little papery skin. They'll still be fine. So
That's really sweet.
all right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's
So
got
make
the
sure I
mother load here.
Yeah, so I figured some good ones so that they'll bloom this first year, because the little ones sometimes take 2 years to get going, but the big ones will put out flowers right away.
So when are you going to do all this landscaping? This
I
year?
don't know, but we may add the dirt this year. We'll see. We don't have a
Say.
lot of time.
It's already June. When do you leave? For Canada.
Pretty much, yeah. In a couple, June, middle of June, somewhere in there.
Wow,
So,
that's pretty
but,
quick.
Yeah. Let's see. Finding some good, healthy ones here for you.
Yeah, I wish I had the garden going on.
So, these won't take too much space up. And you can plant annuals over top of them, like petunias and things like that. And
Oh, over the top?
yeah.
And they're 6 inches down. That's cool.
Yeah, so they're down a little further than a petunia would be, and so the petunias will bloom all summer, and then these will come up in the spring. So,
I love it. I love petunias.
Okay, so there's some of the good tulips that I have up right now. Let's get some daffodils that are in good shape. So daffodils often will have like 2 prongs too. Alright, so they'll put it.
And these are the ones that are yellow and orange.
Yeah, these ones. Yeah, these will be yellow. Okay, so there's a good one. That's a daffodil.
I might just have to take that in the backyard and kind of make them a nice
So
place.
you could take the leaves off them when you plant them. I'm just leaving them on so you can tell them apart.
Okay. So the tulips have no leaves.
The tulips have no leaves and the daffodils have the leaves.
And they both go down the same amount.
Both go fuzzy side, root side down, and
And
fuzzy
6
side
inches.
out. Yeah.
All right, that's
So-
really great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dress up that place. And they come back every year?
Yep.
So that's the wonderful thing.
You'll get more of them.
Yeah.
And eventually they'll get crowded, and then you can dig them up and spread them out. And
Spread
make
them out,
of
make
them.
more. Yeah. I
So,
love that.
There you go. Have a few flowers.
Thank you. You can't see her because it's dark, but that's Patsy, the sweetheart. Hey, go ahead, wave again.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Because I took it away before you waved. All right, she's a sweetheart. Listen, so which way do I go?
Well, you probably here. I mean, this is just you can come through here. Everything is a mess here, so don't trip over any of my hoses or anything.
Well, you've been working hard. I'm glad you're here still. I wasn't sure. I came around here and I'm going, I wonder if they've left.
Well, since the mess keeps evolving, I guess it's still us.
Well, and the landscaping is going to take time. That's what I'm thinking. When are you thinking?
It takes a long time to dig everything up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything.
Yeah, you might
put
just
in
prepare. Just
now.
prepare for next year.
It's just, I want to dig them up so I can plant the petunias. I've still got a whole row of them. They had a really good deal at Fred Meyer. I could get a huge flat, $24 worth of petunias for $5.
Why? Which were? Walmart over on
Fred Meyer.
Fred Meyer's. Okay. So did you put a lot of them together?
They're still in their boxes. They're going to go in that bed once I dig up all my...
I love petunias, and they just, if you keep pulling the dead buds off, they just keep on giving you some beauty.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to replant them the next year, don't you?
Yeah, they're annuals, and they croak at the first sign of frost. These pictures that I got this year. This is a gift from my dad.
What exactly?
Those are
is it?
hydrangeas. They'll bloom all summer, and they come back every year. They're perennial.
I like perennials. I like them just coming back. Except for petunias are so pretty,
Yeah.
and they do spread.
They're pretty easy to plant. They're fairly shallow
Yeah.
plants. You just poke a hole and stuff them in, and they're ready to go.
You see, Mom and Dad's got gravel everywhere, so I have to dig into their gravel. But
Somebody put gravel on that bed, so that's what's really taking me the time. Is the fact that in order to dig anything out at all, I have to get rid of all the rock.
yeah, I'm going. I want soil, man. I want some real nice soil. So I'll just cry me a river.
I didn't even know they were perennial.
And what are they?
They're called Dusty Miller.
Are they just like they're not an herb, right?
No, just they're little here. Let me take fluffy.
So just a little.
It's just about to bloom, which I didn't even know they did either. Because I'm from Canada, right? And these things are not perennial in Canada, but so that's what I thought they looked like.
Is this the same
That's
thing?
the same thing. It's just not as enthusiastic.
It's a young star. So maybe
they all got planted at the same time,
but they will grow back,
yeah,
or do they just
came
not
back.
even
This
die?
is their second year.
That's neat.
That one on the end didn't die. Most of these did, but
Well,
their roots came back. So
They're gonna get big. This is where I show you guys. I come by here and I put, and you're right. I have not been out. I've been a baby.
these things will be. I don't know if they'll bloom before I leave or not. So
Well, they just look like they ought to be blooming soon.
yeah.
However, they still look small.
No,
They're
gonna
only
get,
an inch.
Yeah, they're gonna get big.
Okay. Well, then we got a while. Well, I'm gonna enjoy them if I'm around.
Yeah. Well,
So somebody will.
you know,
I'll have to
take
get
a picture of them so
I was
can
gonna say I'll have to
you
get
show
your.
it to me.
I can get your number and send it to you. We'll have to do that.
Well, I'll
Exchange.
be, back in the fall and show me all the pictures. So yeah, we could take.
Yeah, this is what they look like now. They just turned out. What color are they?
There are various shades of pink and rose and almost a
Ooh.
red.
They're going to be beautiful then.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
hope
these
you
ones
get
are
to
all
see 'em.
white, but they're a little later in the season than these. These are going to come first.
Yeah, I've been looking at these. I was hoping. I've been like bated breath. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Let me see them things.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, last year when they came up, they're like that tall. And this year they're like monsters.
So they're going to do good, and they will spread too, I think.
They have, yeah, because I only planted like 6 there, and that's what's coming up this year.
Well, they're beautiful. Well, I'm going to go ahead for that house over there.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now I've got to have a green thumb. I just need to do what she said and don't delay. And now it's dark, huh? I should have headed home a little bit sooner, but it was nice. I come bearing gifts. So today was a day of celebration. I mean, that party was really nice. It's nice to gather with family and friends. So, Kathy, my Aunt Kathy, is 1.5 years older than me. And when we were little toddlers, we played together. Kathy and David and Dale and me and Nathan. Because, see, Grandma would babysit for Mom and Dad, and Dad would babysit for Grandma or whatever. In other words, the kids would kind of hang together, especially when we lived close together. We got memories. I got memories from when I was like 4 years old, playing with David and Kathy down a dirt road where we could play in the dirt, and the dirt was a soft, it had to have been like a wet sand. It was the kind of sand that you could pack. You pack it down, like you could put your foot there and cover your foot all up and then pack it, and then you could move your foot and you'd have a building, like in Barney Rebel, what is it, in the Stone Ages anyway, you know, where you just have this little round house. Anyway, we would do that around our feet, move our feet, and then we'd be able to mold the dirt. It molded, okay? So we made fences for our little, I'm coming into the house. We make little ranches, okay? Little farms. So we had our house that we made around our foot. I'm gonna put that on the table. I wonder if I should put it in the yard. ought to do that, put it in the yard, huh? I don't know. The house gets awful hot, so I think maybe I ought to. And then what I need to do is plan on planting them. And see, I didn't turn this light on. I turned the other one on. Okay. I'm gonna put these out here so they don't get too hot and become baked. And then I'll have to figure out a place and pull up some weeds and plant them. I don't know if you can see down in there, but I've got daffodils and tulips that I can plant. They won't grow until next year. They already grew over here. But I can still plant them out there. You plant them 6 inches deep. She said you can plant other things on top of it. In other words, like petunias is what she was saying. I don't know how their root system goes, but it is hot in this house. I'm gonna leave this door open. Gotta cool it off some. And then I need to take my sweater off, but seriously, it's hot. So how nutty am I? I made me a cup of coffee. Okay, in this stuff, I'm gonna get away from that light. You know, in the things that will kill cancer, it's amazing, okay? 1 to 2 glasses, they said 2 glasses, but I think maybe that might be excessive, especially if you can't afford it. But 1 to 2 glasses of wine, red wine, and probably not the one that's real sweet, because cancer loves sugar. And I probably got off the subject when I was out there talking about low-dose chemotherapy. I think I might have got it all out there. But see, they don't do it. And I don't know why. I don't know why the insurance wouldn't cover that. And I don't know why the doctors wouldn't grab onto that. Because they should care about their patients. And the whole idea is that you want to kill the cancer without killing the person. So low dose chemo. And you've got targeted, you know where the cancer is. However, the point is you just starve the person from carbs for at least 2 days before you go in and do this procedure. And then you find out. You do that, and they're starving. The cancer is starving for the sugar. So they're going to grab onto it. And when you put it in like a saline solution, but it's a sugar solution, and the chemo is in there with it, it becomes one. So then the cancer eats it all up together. And then it doesn't leave anything left to damage your body because it's already been eaten by the cancer. Now, does that make sense, people? Because that's what I'm trying to tell you they can do. In fact, I was told they could actually do it in a doctor's office. So, what the hell? You know, we got to go through all this hell when other things would work. They won't let us try it, or what? What's the deal? And I do keep losing my thought patterns, so I'm sorry about that, but I think so far I've done okay. I just forget what I'm talking about in the middle of talking because I find so many different avenues to travel down. When I'm talking, you know, it brings up these memories and thoughts, and then I got to pull them together and pick and choose. Anyway, so coffee is one of them. I mean, these are things that are against the word of wisdom. But just remember, I would like to get the word of wisdom and read it. Because I know they said hot drinks. I think they said hot drinks. I don't think they said coffee and tea. Now, drinking something that's really hot is really not good for you. Nothing like burning us in there, you know. Let's cook our insides. So maybe that's what they meant. Instead of trying to figure out it was caffeine or this or that or the other thing, you know, it might have meant don't drink drinks that are hot because it will cook your insides. That's what I'm thinking. There's another way to look at things, okay? But anyway, it's just tripping me out that the things that are good for killing cancer, there's 3 drinks, okay? One is coffee. One is tea, green tea, specifically green tea. But all teas are good for jump-starting your immune system. He does a video on that too, because we need to get our immune system active. And if we get it active, then its job is to kill cancer, okay? So it will help us kill the cancer. So we need to jumpstart our immune system. And he said, Dr. William Li said that drinking green tea 3 times a day. Now, I might be getting confused a little bit because he said drinking a cup of tea 3 times a day would jumpstart your immune system. But he also said that in a study, they put some green tea in, like, he didn't say petri dish, but I'm thinking that's what he meant. And in something that has cancer cells in it, he dropped green tea in it. And the results was amazing. And I'm not exactly sure how to say what he said. You know, it was like maybe it stopped it from growing. It didn't get any bigger or something. Or I'm not sure. All I know is he said that if that was some new chemical that had that same reaction, all the people in their little white coats would have been jumping up and down for joy because they found something that works, that is a chemical. Okay, so green tea, oh my God. Now, I'm using green tea, but it's only from the Dollar Tree. There's other green teas. There's a lot of green teas. But this one green tea that I bought the other day has that one, it's like a matcha. No, they show some type of tea that is a total ground up powder. And I think it's called matcha. And hold on. With my bandana, I can't squeeze under there. Let's see, this is it. How to make a perfect cup. Start with fresh cold water and bring to just under a boil. Pour over the tea bag, steep for 2 minutes, or whatever time you like. Remove the bag. For iced tea by the glass, steep longer and pour over ice. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, what it says on here is matcha. M-A-T-C-H-A. Green. Wow, and it's got turmeric in it. Good. This is wonderful because turmeric, if I'm saying it right, is either turmeric or turmeric. I got a feeling it's turmeric. Turmeric is what it looks like. Anyway, it says a unique earthly blend of matcha, green tea, and turmeric, whatever, with a peppery finish. And I had some of this the other day. It was really good. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be good, but it was. So here's the picture of it. I'm not sure what store we were in. When my sister's here, but I might have bought this when I was by myself. Because after I read that, after I saw the video about green tea, since I'm fighting cancer, fighting for my life, I need to do good. So I should have green tea a few times a day. But also, I bought some creamer. I bought some coffee a while back, but coffee, I have to have, the sugar. So this creamer, if you just put a little bit of creamer in, then you're not getting too much sugar. The carbs weren't too bad. But see, really you shouldn't have any sugar, but I do believe in not starving yourself, period. There are different foods that will starve the cancer. And Dr. William Li discusses that. And I'm telling you guys so you can look it up. I'm going to have some coffee. So it's foreign to me that wine and coffee and tea are good for fighting cancer. Because in the word of wisdom, they've always told us, no coffee, no tea. But I think they made an assumption. I think it said no hot drinks. And I think they just assumed that that's what it meant. When I've just given you a whole different thing to think about. Because you really shouldn't drink real hot stuff down your throat and down your esophagus into your stomach, and it's all boiling hot. What a nut. It's kind of like drinking alcohol. And what is it they say? What's your poison? In other words, what poison would you like to take? Which one? You want rum, you want vodka, you want this or that. So the point is, your choice. What's your choice of poison? When they're talking about alcohol. Think about it, people. Let's have a little arsenic. Now, what does arsenic do? Does that make you hallucinate? I really don't know. Don't be trying it, because that's poison, people. You don't want to poison yourself, but here we are, poisoning ourselves with everything. Some of it we do because we just do, like alcohol. Alcohol, you just need to be careful, people, and you don't want to get a habit. You don't want to have it be all-consuming, and you want to keep your mind about you and have things. You need to accomplish things in this life, not being intoxicated all the time or not being stoned all the time. You need to know the difference. You need to take care of business. Your life is important. The things you do are important. So, if you're like me and you love your pot, somehow you need to keep yourself busy. You need to be busy. You need to take care of business. And then you need to section part of your day in the evening to smoke your pot. Enjoy your weed. Enjoy your brain. Enjoy that creativity. Unless you were doing it because you do have cancer. And see, I've decided I really ought to talk to the people who know what the dosing is that I need to do. And if you get on my channel, which you have to be to see my stuff, and if you look at my history of what I've watched, there's going to be a lot of stuff about Rick Simpson oil on there, and the medicine and the dosing and all that stuff. Now, nothing has been studied about my concoction, but I can tell you from my own experience, if you do not have a gallbladder, and I mean, that's what stores your bile, and that's what controls the bile, which is acids, your acids for digesting things, okay? So they're doing what I did. I mean, because I did the same thing. I put the oil in a capsule. Now, my oil might have been a little thicker than that oil, but you want to get rid of all the alcohol when you're processing it, okay? Because you're going to evaporate alcohol off of it. And you don't want that in it. You don't want to be trying to digest alcohol that's 200%, okay? I thought it was 190, but then I heard somebody say something about 200% alcohol. I'm going, oh, really? I didn't know you could get that, because 190 is pretty big. Everclear, I thought, was 190. Anyway, you shouldn't be digesting that stuff. You should not be ingesting that stuff like stupid little kids like I did. Me and the kids across the street, we did do that. We had Everclear that we mixed with punch and drank it. And oh boy, you want to talk about somebody getting sicker than a dog, throwing up all over the place? That was me. I was still at home. I might have been 15 or 16, I'm not sure. But that was a dangerous thing to do. You guys, we're all stupid sometimes. So anyway, don't be taking a lot of poisons into your body, and I think I said that in a statement. And that's what made me go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to use that. Someone used that term today at the party. So it was just nice to gather with family. And I did take a little video, and I stuck it on here earlier, and I haven't had a chance to watch it. And I know I move around too fast, and I don't know who all those people are. I know they're my relatives. And Kathy's got 7 kids. Kathy and Joe have 7 kids, and 2 of them were not there. I'm not sure if there were others. Jonathan was not there, and Caleb was not there. Patrick was there. But I guess I wasn't paying real good attention. I know that Tammy was there, and April was there, and Sheila was there. That's 3. Patrick makes 4. So who's the other one? There should be a 5th one. Kelsey. Kelsey was there. Okay. So that's 4 girls. 4 girls and 2, 3. Is there 5 girls? My math is sucking. Okay. I did get a little buzz a while back, so I'm still affected by that, I'm sure. Because it is like my first of the day. I spent the whole day, didn't get high, okay? So your first high of the day is the best one. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No, it just depends on what you're doing with your day. Just remember, if you smoke too much after a while, you don't get high. And I guess they say, if you switch up different strains of pot, that helps with that. No, I just had a thought come to my mind. Okay, so in making your medicine, we grew, and I'm not sure how much was indica and how much was sativa, but the people I've been watching have said for making your medicine that you really should use indica. Now, I know that when you're in a lot of pain and stuff, and if you want to sleep and you can't sleep because you're in pain, then you're going to want the indica, okay? The indica will help you sleep, and it's also a good pain reliever. Now, my stuff relieves arthritis pain, because I had somebody try it that had bad arthritis, and they had their own dispensary. They were selling stuff, but he tried mine and he said it did work. So that's a great review. And then I had the one lady that used it, and she was using it on her age spots, First, she was using it on her cancer scars that she had from treatment, and they festered. They started festering and stuff, turned red, I guess. So she quit using them on that, and there was age spots right up above it. Okay, so she still used my ointment on her age spots. Well, I don't know how long it took, but after a little while, her sciatica went away, and she was walking a lot better. Now, when I met her, she was all like, almost like, okay, you're going to think I'm exaggerating, but almost like crippled up. She was leaning to one side and she was limping super bad, and I didn't know what was wrong. I knew something was wrong. But until I got a letter from her, an email, I had no idea that it was sciatica, okay? So I got an email from her because I called my stuff Lou's Magical Ointment, or did I put my name in it? No, Magical Healing Ointment is what I had on my card. I've only got one card left. And I've been trying to figure out the words I want on my business card so I can get that done. So I can give more away, because I find I've got a big mouth. Because I believe in my stuff. People think I'm crazy. My daughter thinks I'm crazy. But she's also got a testimony of my stuff. So I don't know if she's forgotten. Nevertheless, okay, so it's a great, great sexual enhancer. A great edible lube, my stuff. And so now I've called it Lou's Magical Brew. Because I did make the Rick Simpson oil. And you know that little song about stirring and stirring and stirring my brew? Ooh, well, that's Mary Lou, okay? Because I did stir and stir and stir my stuff. I got a little video. If you go and you look at my shorts, there's a list of my shorts. And if you go back far enough, you'll see a 58-second short. And in that 58-second short, you see a round thing that's black. It's a rice cooker, and I'm making the Rick Simpson oil. And so it's only 58 seconds long, and I'm talking. But as I'm talking, you're seeing the oil that's in the rice cooker that I've made, okay? There's all kinds of things you got to know. It's like once you get it made, then what? You got to hurry up and do something, and you need to do it while you can do something. And I started down that other hole about the fact that I put the Rick Simpson oil in capsules, like I saw these people do. I mean, I saw that recently that they did. And so, yeah, but it was a massive amount, really. Nevertheless, I filled capsules because that's the way to get it down, okay, if you're gonna swallow it. But what I found was that after a while, I got really sick. And see, the thing is, I don't have a gallbladder. And without teeth and you masticating your food is what my naturopath said. The chewing up of the food sends the saliva and the acids and stuff. It calls for it. And then that goes like right along with the gallbladder, because the gallbladder releases the acid, that's being called for because somebody's eating. Well, when you don't have your teeth, you can't masticate it, I think that's the word. And then the other thing was, you don't have a gallbladder that's releasing the acid for digestion. So what happened to me was, one day I got really ill and I threw up. I can't remember the whole thing, but I think it was pretty violent. Anyway, the point is, I threw up a lot of capsules. They did not digest in my belly, and they did not go through my liver because they just stayed big, okay? Besides the fact that I was reading, and this was a few years ago when I was making it, a couple of years ago. I think it was a couple of years ago, somewhere in there. I mean, I tried the oil, okay? But what I was reading is that the Rick Simpson oil, the particles are too big. I think they're too big to get through your liver, especially if you don't have your gallbladder. If I don't have some acids in there trying to digest that stuff. Because it's a vegetable capsule, right? And then I put the oil in there, but that oil is thick. And on its own even doesn't want to, I mean, if you put it in your mouth, on your tongue, like that guy I saw today, he just put it on his tongue. All I know is they've said that if you take the medicine through your digestive system in normal circumstances, in other words, like you've got a gallbladder, you're only going to get 20% of the medicine because your digestive system is going to eat up the rest. So in my studying, while I was studying all that stuff, I came across that wording that said water soluble. And then another word that said emulsify. See, I didn't know what those words meant, so I'm sure I looked them up. But I found out. Okay, so you need to emulsify. If you will emulsify the Rick Simpson oil with fractionated coconut oil and sunflower lecithin. There are other lecithins you can use, but I don't know anything about that. I use sunflower lecithin, and I've done it in 2 different ways. I use the powder, and I use the heavy liquid, because you can get a liquid in a bottle. So I'm not sure. I like the liquid, but I did overkill. I was making a bunch of it, and when I emulsified it, I don't even really know how much I used, but probably more than a tablespoon. And then I don't know how much I was, at least 4 ounces, because what I did was 1 gram, one full of those little syringes, a whole one, was 1 gram. And I did 4 of those with 4 ounces of fractionated coconut oil. Now here are your tips, okay? If you're interested in doing this, because you can rub it on your skin. And it goes right into your blood veins. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I can just say into your veins, because what other veins do we got? Instead of saying blood veins. That sounds a little silly. Anyway, I can rub my stuff, even my ointment that I made. It's a salve. I can rub that on my veins, and a little while later, my veins have come up to the surface. I don't know how to explain that and why it does that, because you wouldn't think you wouldn't think that your veins will move, but they do. In other words, they came up to the surface, just underneath that top layer of skin. There's like 4 veins in each hand, at least. They come up. You can see all the way around the vein. It's proof to me, man. My medicine is inside it. And then I have other witnesses, not other people, but other witnesses of my own. When you put it all together, it's kind of like reading the scriptures. When you put it all together, you got a whole new meaning, whole new experience. But nevertheless, I was worried that maybe I had cooked out my medicine, that maybe I got it too hot or something, But I found out through a sexual experience that my medicine, the THC is in my medicine, okay? Because I had not been smoking, and I freaking got high. Okay, we used it sexually. and I wasn't doing that to get high. I'm just saying the side effect of what we did made me high. I mean, because I was like flabbergasted because I had not been smoking. So the whole point of that is it lets you know that the THC is in it and that it pumped through my body. It did. It pumped through my whole body. Plus, I could feel everything inside of me. It's like, when I say that it promotes blood flow, I'm serious, okay? It enhances your senses so that you feel things that you never felt before. And I'm talking about feeling You know, it's kind of like all of a sudden, maybe you have these little hairy things, you know, like you would see on something in the sea. These little fingers that are you watching my fingers? So these little fiber thingies, so inside your body, in your vaginal region, up inside, you've got all this new sensitivity that you didn't have before. All of a sudden you can feel, and it's kind of like having those little fibers attached, you know, and as something goes by, you can feel it. Strange little situation there, but it was lovely. I'm telling you. But it proved to me that it does promote blood flow. My product was an excellent lube, and what it did was it seeped into my tissues. I'm telling you that someone who is a diabetic or they're really dry inside. Their genital area, the female, is dry, so it makes it brittle, so it makes it painful to have sex. But with my stuff, no pain. It was very lovely, very lovely. So I'm just saying to you women out there, if you got that problem, you might want to check it out. You might want to make yourself some medicine. And if not, then I guess you need to contact me, because I don't know that they have this on the market, okay? And it's more important that you make your own, so I'll tell you how to do it. But I also have some. I need to go make a bunch more. But I'm just going to enjoy what I've got. But what a way to take your medicine. Sexual intercourse with your husband, you know, or your boyfriend. It's a good way to take your medicine. And if it makes you high from down there, you know, it's going through everything. It's hit your brain, man. So it's hitting everything. And the fact that it promotes blood flow, is promoting blood flow everywhere in your body. So all these micro cells that need attention, they need the oxygen and the nutrients and the stuff that the blood is supposed to be giving them. But you got a bunch of people sitting around on their butts, so their blood is just kind of pooling there. It's not really getting pumped everywhere. This is my own opinion. I'm just telling you, it stands to reason you need to pump your blood. Walking helps me pump my blood. But my magical brew is something wonderful to behold, something wonderful to experience, and a good medicine, because it relieves pain. And that woman, I don't know why that would have happened. You know, that was a miracle. And I should get on there and read her thing. I need to print it off, or I need to put it on the other screen so I could read it to you. But she wrote me an email. And she said that my stuff was definitely miraculous. I'm paraphrasing, guys. I don't have the exact words because I don't have it in front of me. But see, I've been calling it magical healing ointment. And so she took a jar of mine we were at a drum circle. My friend had a drum circle, and I had never been to one. And it's all about healing. The vibrations of the drums and stuff is about healing. So there were people there that needed to be healed, me being one of them too. But nevertheless, she took one of my jars. And just by using it over here on H-spots, right up in here, it healed her sciatica. Then her son, she had told me beforehand that her son had problems with his rib cage. I imagine maybe an injury, but he was in a lot of pain, and he couldn't find relief. And she had him try my stuff. So this is one can, okay? One of my little cans, and she used it, and then he used it, and it helped his pain. His pain went away. Now, I don't know if it went away totally or if it just took it away for a little period of time. I should probably find out. Because sometimes maybe you can heal yourself, and you don't have to keep repeating it over and over again. But then again, you know, most medications every, 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours, you're needing some more relief. This is pretty wonderful stuff. It helps with mobility. And the coconut oil. The coconut oil is the vehicle. Okay, and in my process, there's 2 different coconut oils. Okay, the emulsifying I'm doing with fractionated coconut oil. And that, it blends together with the lecithin, excuse me, the lecithin, and then the Rick Simpson oil and the fractionated coconut oil will blend together. You have to stir it, and that's where my magnetic stirrer came in. You can buy that off of Amazon. It's just a little, maybe a 6-inch by 6-inch hot plate sitting on a, it's got a heater, so it's got a it's got a knob you turn for the temperature setting, and then it's got another thing that you turn that sets the speed for the thing that spins around, the stirrer. Okay, and then I had to get a set of beakers, or you could use something else, but I think the beakers is best. The beaker has this, like a spout on it, you know, a pour thingy, so you can pour it easier, and it also sits flat on the hot plate. And then so you get this little set of, it's a set of magnets probably, because what it is a magnetic stirrer, okay? So you put this little thing down in the middle of your beaker, and it goes around and around, depending on how fast you make it go by the dial. So you use that for your stirrer. First you stir it yourself, I guess, somewhat, because you have to get it started somewhere. But I only used 1 ounce per 1 gram. Now, I was making it strong, okay? I made it strong because I had a purpose in mind, and one is me. It's just stupid that I haven't been using it like I should have. I need to go put some more on. But I'm gonna put you down so I can take this sweater off. I'm dying here. I guess I need to change my choice of words, but what I mean is it's so hot. Dad's house is like an oven. And then I've got a sweater on because I went outside and the breeze goes through my sweater, but okay, so I should go and get in the fan. I've got a fan in my office, ow, and I've got a fan in my bedroom. And basically that just makes it where I can stand it, because Dad has to have an oven. Actually, I should walk out here. I wonder if I've got that other door open. I could walk out here and go right into my office instead of walking through the house. But I need a spoon. So I'm gonna have to go get something. I brought home a piece of cheesecake. Nummy Nums. That stuff was so good. There was, ouch. I would say no expense spared. Those cheesecakes were huge, and like one was $22, I think. Oh, my butt. Okay. I might have to take a bite of Dad's. This is what Dad has left. It's just so good. I'll put it on camera, okay? I'm stealing a piece of Dad's stuff. All right, so that one was a cake. A cake. And then there's one that is cheesecake. I have to put it in the fridge. Really good. Superb. I'm too hot to be having coffee. I've got coffee over here. Cause see, I decided I gotta drink coffee. So I got myself some creamer. Cause that's the only way I could get the coffee down. And I got myself some green tea. But I need to remember to do it. So this doctor was saying green tea, coffee, and wine, red wine. Man, okay, I gotta go get in front of the fan. I think I'll take that anyway. Dad's over there sleeping. I've been on here an hour and 14 minutes. Okay. Dad's over there snoozing. I probably should wake him up. But then he'll say, why are you waking me up? You know, I'm sleeping. Let's see. I gotta have a fan. I think this room is better. For the moment, I'll probably have to say goodbye to you guys. Because it's already been over an hour. Anyway, that was a lovely party today. Yeah. I'll turn it down a little bit. I'll turn it down even more. Wow. I need to remember. So you guys remember, if you have a problem with sweats, gabapentin. Talk to your doctor about gabapentin. And then what else? Ow! Oh. Sometimes I just make noise, even though I don't hurt. But I do hurt. I just need to take a pain pill, huh? Take a pill. Take a chill pill. I need one of those too. No, that's why I smoke dope. I don't like that word, smoke dope. I'm sorry. Because I don't think it makes you dopey. Myself, it can. It makes everybody different. I mean, I'm not saying my words right. It affects people differently. But a lot of similar things. But different strains affect you differently too. Myself, I don't want to go to sleep. But if I was in pain, then you want to go to sleep so you're not feeling the pain. That morphine, I mean, the pills that Dad takes makes him sleep. It's not good. I mean, it's good that it gets rid of the pain, but he's sleeping his life away. We just need to get active. He needs some people similar, even just, you know, like Joe was saying, he's going to come over and visit more often. That would be good. It really would. Dad needs to visit with people. Right now, his TV is he lives in there, okay? Heartland, he loves Heartland. And in his head, a lot of times, I mean, he knows that it's a movie and stuff, but he thinks about him and Mom, okay, when they were young. When Ty and Amy are just getting into each other, and then they're still in high school, or Ty's not in high school, I don't think. He's there as a hand working. But they grow to love each other and all that stuff. And so Dad really gets involved in that show. I mean, he knows every single one of those episodes by heart, and he wants to sit there and tell you all about it, so you can't hear it. You know, he wants you to hear it, he wants you to enjoy it, but he's got to tell you about it too. But so my point is, that's him and Mom. Ty is him, Amy is Mother. And so whatever they're doing, he's into. And so if there's a breakup going on or different things, you know, then he's also feeling those emotions too. Like when they're young. So who is that? They become really good friends later in life. But Caleb, this is when they're, like I'm saying, you know, they're a little bit more than teenagers, or they are teenagers, but Ty came along as a troubled youth who Amy's mother had signed him up to come and work as a hand. I never saw him go off to school, so he had to have been out of school. She was the one going to school. Nevertheless, the point is, that's his happy place. But he does, I think he would enjoy interacting with people too. And he used to love to play cards, so I'm sure he still would. You know, he probably doesn't think I'd play rook, but I'd play rook. It's just he always used to get mad at me. If I was his partner and I did something stupid in his mind, or he let me know it. Well, you think I want to play with him like that? No. So I didn't. After he yelled at me a couple times, I don't even think it took a couple of times. You don't yell at me. It's a game. You know, you don't get so excited and get so upset. So I quit. I didn't play anymore because I don't like that. You know what I mean? I just want to have a happy time. Happy, happy, happy. Anyway, he loved to play Rook. And Rook is a fun game. It can be. I like Canasta. I think Canasta is great. But I have my own rules, so it's okay. It's okay to have your own rules. You just have to make them known. My rules makes the game go fast, okay? Especially when you're just playing with two people. If you're only playing with two people, it's going to take forever to do anything. So I like to pick up 2, discard 1. Pick up 2, discard 1. Gives you a lot more to work with. And then jokers and 2s are wild. And I don't know, sometimes you might, if you want to, just make something else wild to go with it, stir up the pot. I'm talking about Canasta. Red 3s are 100. If you get all 4 of them, you and your partner, because you usually work in a team. However, like I said, if it's just 2 of you, I think that picking up 2 and discarding 1 would help in all of it. It just makes it go faster. Gives you more choices. I like Canasta. It's fun. That's what they used to play when I was young, and underneath the table, you know, the parents were up there playing, and I can remember being under the table, and then they always made us leave. It was like children were to be seen and not heard. I remember being very young and them playing Canasta, and I'm down underneath the table. So I had to have been 2 or 3. And it was down that dirt road. So, any old who. It's been a good day. And what I need to do is pull everything together. I don't know. I was going to say I should go wake up Dad and visit with him. But maybe I shouldn't. But he sleeps all the time. Sometimes, you know, that's why he's up in the middle of the night, because he slept all day. But I think his medicine just makes him sleep. Because sometimes he's so far gone. When I go wake him up, he has to come up out of a deep, deep sleep. So I shouldn't wake him up. But I do. It's like, you got to get up and move around, boy. Anyway, he did go out and walk with me twice. So, I mean, that was good. Just need to do it more often. But it is good to be able to get him to do that. He walks down this long hallway to get to the bathroom. But other than that, the bathroom and the kitchen, you know, he doesn't really walk very far. You need to do that. You need to walk. So, I've talked entirely too long. I'm going to try to make it a 333, and then I'm out of here. So, I'm going to say I love you, because it'll be pretty soon, and I'm going to stop it. We'll see if I can catch it just in time. Put my finger on this thingy. Countdown is on, you know. And by the way, I have shrunk a whole inch